Good morning, students. Let us learn about the energy of a particle in simple harmonic motion or energy calculations for a body undergoing simple harmonic motion. For simplicity, let us consider the spring attached with the load of mass m. This is a spring attached with the load of mass m, and when we stretch this, when we elongate this, suppose it is elongated up to here to maximum displacement, let us say A, right? Then when we stretch it, we are doing the work against the spring force, which will be stored in it in the form of potential energy. So it will have maximum potential energy at this particular position, U. Potential energy is shown by U maximum, right? Then when you release it, then potential energy of this stretched spring goes on decreasing and the block attains a speed, maximum speed, and when it comes to the equilibrium position, this entire potential energy will be lost and it will be entirely converted into kinetic energy. Because of maximum speed, here it will have maximum speed Vm. So the block doesn't stop here because of attained maximum kinetic energy. Entire potential energy is converted into kinetic energy here. As a result of maximum speed it has attained, it goes to the other extreme end and gets compressed. The spring gets compressed and it will reach up to this position. Let us say if it is plus A and here it will be minus A, maximum amplitude minus A. So after reaching here, again it stops because of compression. The spring force now will be again acting towards the mean position. So again when it is reaching here at the extreme position, it attains maximum potential energy. So from this potential energy, again energy is getting converted into kinetic energy. When it reaches the equilibrium position, potential energy is completely converted into kinetic energy, and again due to the gained kinetic energy it goes to the other end, reaches the maximum stretched position, amplitude, and kinetic energy is converted into potential energy. So in this way, the block attached to the load, the block attached to the spring keeps on oscillating about the mean position. So I think we have understood the energy conversion of potential energy into kinetic energy into potential energy into kinetic energy into potential energy. As a result, because of these energies, the block keeps on oscillating about the equilibrium position, and this oscillation we have studied is simple harmonic oscillation or simple harmonic motion. So there are two forms of energies, and we are going to prove that the sum of these two forms of energies is going to be constant. That is how we are proving the total energy of oscillating spring or total energy of oscillating body in simple harmonic motion is going to be constant. That's what we are proving, that it is conservation of mechanical energy. Okay, we are neglecting again the presence of friction, presence of air resistance, and all these dissipative forces are being neglected. Okay, now first we will calculate the potential energy. Potential energy of stretched spring. We have learned earlier the work is done against the spring force, and we have calculated this potential energy is U is equal to half k x square, half k x square. But when you release it, what happens? This x becomes time dependent displacement. Here x is nothing but the displacement. So when you put x equal to a, then maximum potential energy becomes half k a square. At any other position, we will take this x as the time dependent variable displacement, and k is the spring constant. So this is nothing but potential energy of a stretched spring, and here we have calculated this in the earlier topics. since the work is done against the conservative force involved here is the spring force or restoring force. So the work is done against the restoring force, that is stored in it in the form of spring potential energy, that is half kx square. That is potential energy of a stretched spring. Here, since x is time dependent displacement of the spring, so it becomes a cos omega t plus phi. Time dependent, since it represents the displacement of simple harmonic motion of oscillating spring, vibrating oscillating spring, right? So if you substitute in this equation, therefore now potential energy also becomes time dependent. Potential energy also becomes time dependent. Half k into substitute the value of x, it becomes a cos omega t plus phi whole square. So thus it becomes half k a square cos square omega t plus phi. So from this you can see that therefore potential energy U is also time dependent. Potential energy of a particle in SHM. Here I have taken example of the oscillating spring. So potential energy of oscillating spring, which is in simple harmonic motion, is also time dependent. Ut equal to half ka square cos square omega t plus phi. It is also periodic in time t. Periodic function with respect to time. So then what will be its time period? Whose time period is? We have solved such problems earlier for cos square function. Now it is going to be expressed in terms of cos double function. Therefore its time period is equal to t by 2. We have expressed it earlier, we have found time period is t by 2. Therefore potential energy is time dependent function. So you can call this one as equation number 1. Now when it is released, the potential energy is converted into kinetic energy, and kinetic energy also you see it is increasing from this extreme position to mean position. Again from mean position to extreme position it is decreasing. Therefore kinetic energy is also time dependent. So here kinetic energy of particle in the simple harmonic motion is given by k equal to half m v square. Now v is again, it is not constant. V is varying with respect to time t, time dependent. And we want what is the value of v? Here v is also time dependent, which we got by differentiating this dx by dt. We got it as minus omega a sin omega t plus phi. This is what we got it. Now substitute this in this equation. Therefore, kinetic energy also becomes time dependent. Half m into v square. V square is minus omega a. Just substitute this. Sin omega t plus phi. So we can put the square of this. V square, m v square, right? Now if you square of it, if you do this square of it, then half m, where m is the mass of this block, half m into omega square a square sin square omega t plus phi. Now look at this equation. Kinetic energy is given by this time dependent function again. It is also periodic in time t. So this is also periodic function in time and whose time period is given by t. Time period is also t by 2 because it is sine square function which can be expressed in terms of again cos double function. Therefore, its time period is t by 2. Both are having the same time period t by 2, right? Now, at any moment, at any given time t, if we calculate, the total energy of this oscillating body becomes sum of kinetic and potential energies. So, we call this equation number 2. Adding 1 and 2, we get the total energy of body in simple harmonic motion. Therefore, the total energy of our SHM, total energy of particle in SHM is equal to E equal to U plus K. Adding equation 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Adding 1 and 2. We get total energy E equal to, first equation is half Ka square cos square omega t plus phi plus half m omega square a square sin square omega t. So a square is common, half is common. And we know one more thing that we have studied already. For a particle in SHM, omega square is equal to k. Omega square is equal to k by m, or k is equal to m omega square. K is equal to m omega square. Because omega square is equal to k by m. We have learned it in the previous video. If you just remember, m omega square becomes the constant, that is spring constant, force constant. So substitute this m omega square here as equal to k. So m omega square equal to k, if you substitute, then we get half as constant, and here k as well as m omega square is also common, and a square is common. Then you are left with cos square omega t plus phi plus sin square omega t plus phi. Cos square omega t plus sin square omega t. So if you add this, sin square plus cos square becomes 1. Therefore, total energy now becomes half k square, which is not time dependent. Look at this. There is no time dependent term. There is no term which is time dependent. So here it is half k a square, or half m omega square, half m omega square a square, half m omega square a square, or half k a square. So thus total energy is constant. It is not time dependent. Total energy of oscillating simple harmonic oscillator is constant. So both are having time period t by 2. So if we draw the graph, how does it look? Graph of total energy versus time period. Energy versus time period. Energy versus time t. So let us take time. Now let us look at the energy versus time graph for a simple harmonic oscillator, for a simple harmonic motion. First, let me draw the graph of potential energy. Potential energy at time t equal to 0 when we have stretched it. When we have stretched the spring to the maximum displacement. So at that moment it will be having maximum potential energy. So at time t equal to 0, beginning at time t equal to 0, it is having maximum potential energy. At t by 4, you see the block reaches the equilibrium position. At 1/4 of the time period, the block reaches the equilibrium position. So its potential energy becomes 0. At time t by 2, it reaches the other extreme end. It reaches the from a maximum extreme end. It reaches the mean position. From this mean position, it goes to the other extreme end at t by 2, right? So again, its potential energy becomes maximum. At 3t by 4, again it will be at equilibrium position. At equilibrium position, potential energy becomes 0. So in this way, if you draw the graph, the energy is varying between maximum value to 0. Maximum value to 0. Energy is not negative at all. So if you draw the graph, you will get a cos square curve whose time period is t by 2. You can see here. Time period is t by 2. So this graph which I have drawn represents the potential energy. Potential energy curve. Potential energy curve. Now, at the same moment, I can draw the kinetic energy. At initial position, when the block is stretched to the maximum displacement, kinetic energy is 0 before it is released. So kinetic energy is 0. When it reaches the mean position, it will be having maximum kinetic energy at t by 4. So it will have maximum kinetic energy. Again, at the other extreme position, kinetic energy becomes 0. So again, when it comes back to the mean position, kinetic energy becomes maximum. And again, kinetic energy becomes 0. So where maximum potential energy is there, kinetic energy is 0. Where potential energy is 0, there kinetic energy is maximum, vice versa. So at the loss of potential energy, there is a gain of kinetic energy. At the loss of potential energy, there is a gain of kinetic energy. At the loss of kinetic energy, there is a gain of potential energy. So if you draw the graph, you get this kind of curve. These are graphs of kinetic energy. You can see both kinetic energy as well as potential energy are having time period t by 2. In one complete time period t, it is having 2 cycles, 2 oscillations. Therefore, its time period is t by 2. At any moment, if you add both potential energy and kinetic energy, here, at this moment, if you add potential energy and kinetic energy, it is always constant. E is equal to k plus u is always half ka square, which is constant. So total energy is always constant. That is shown by this graph, straight line graph. So if you draw the total energy graph, it is going to be straight line, which is always constant. So we are neglecting here the dissipative forces such as air resistance and the friction. Okay. So at any moment, if you just calculate kinetic energy plus potential energy is always half ka square, which is constant. This is one graph of energy versus time for particle in simple harmonic motion. Next one is energy versus position. Energy versus position. Now the second important graph is the energy versus displacement. Energy versus position. The position are taken for positive displacement plus x values, for negative displacement minus x values, okay, minus x, and this is the mean position, that is at x equal to 0, mean position. So when you stretch it to the maximum extent, so the particle will be here, the block will be at maximum displacement, that is amplitude A. So at this amplitude it will be having maximum potential energy. It has maximum potential energy. Let us take the energy level, maximum energy level at this one. So it will have maximum potential energy at this A. So when it is released, it reaches the mean position. At mean position, potential energy becomes 0. Again, when it goes to the other extreme, its potential energy becomes maximum. So potential energy at this level becomes maximum. So if you draw the graph is a parabolic graph. So this is the graph of potential energy, which is given by half k x square, where x is equal to xt is equal to a cos omega t plus phi. So that is parabolic graph. Symmetric about the equilibrium. Now, at the mean position, at the extreme position, kinetic energy is 0. So first I have drawn the potential energy curve. This is potential energy curve. Now I am showing this is E curve. Now I am showing the kinetic energy curve. At extreme position, you see velocity is 0, the speed is 0, therefore kinetic energy is 0. When it is released, at the mean position it will attain maximum kinetic energy because it is having maximum speed. So kinetic energy here becomes maximum. Again, when it reaches the other extreme position, kinetic energy tends to become 0 and it is converted into potential energy. So kinetic energy becomes 0. So if you draw the graph, exact graph, which is symmetric. So this is the kinetic energy curve. Kinetic energy curve, which is half m omega square sine square omega t plus phi. Or you can just write half m v as a function of time t. So I have substituted the value of v. So this is the kinetic energy curve. Kinetic energy and potential energy. At any point, if you observe kinetic energy plus potential energy, at any point if you take, so it will be always constant. For example, at this point, the kinetic energy is of this height and the potential energy is of this less height. So if you add these, you are going to get the total energy as constant. So energy, total energy E is equal to k plus u, which is equal to half k a square, which remains constant. So that is shown by straight line graph. So this is the energy versus position graph, energy versus displacement graph. Okay. In the next session, we will solve some problems and we will discuss simple harmonic oscillators. Example again, linear oscillator like the spring attached with the load. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.